when it go up though? What that number look like?
Let's go.
We better shit, man. We gotta get our views up, man. We ain't no goddamn cookie cutters. Sure. We ain't cookie cutters, man.
Go back to being consistent. That's all. Get back to it.
For real.
What Willie Martin talking about?
Yeah. Thursday.
You're listening to PowerPlugRadio, home of your throwback jams.
Yeah. That's what it is. Yo. Welcome in the morning.
Hey,
Grand
man.
Rising.
Hey, man, welcome in the afternoon.
There's no time on this.
We do it all day now. That's real now. Hey, man, big shouts out to y'all, man. But who are we? We are the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club, man. Brought to you by the New Image Project. Slide back that way.
Part of See That, a.k.a. See That. So, yeah, we want to thank y'all for helping us redefine what's cool in the morning. Big shouts out to Brother John. Big shouts out to Kiana. Y'all keep resting up, doing y'all thing.
That's right.
We gonna hold it down.
Power up, man.
We gonna hold it down.
Hey, man, big shouts out. Hey, man, big shouts out to Ask Kiana, man. I think she all over the country, man. Ask her where she at now. Is she traveling?
Ask Kiana. Where's Kiana?
Baltimore, man. She at a DMX barrier reunion on. Or where she at, man? She get up out of here though, man.
Listen. We got some real heavy hitters that we rock with on a daily,
man. Real,
and it just be casual. But it's very, very official with our circle.
Heavy.
Very official.
I'm talking about Gucci voice, man. Heavy, man. Real heavy, man. I'm talking like for real. Like Kiana really did go to DMX funeral though.
I remember.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like it ain't a game now. You know what I'm saying? We ain't saying DMX the one that was at Ike's and stuff. We saying when he was laid to rest, man. It was on a respect thing, man. It was real big though, man. And one of the clique, man, slid to sit the ex funeral, man. But hey, man, we got stuff to talk about today, man. But one thing I want to bring up right now, man, is big shouts out to all the graduates. You know what I'm saying? Looking good down the timeline, man. That's on a local thing. You know what I'm saying?
I don't care.
National thing too. I mean, because kids graduating all over.
It's national.
My young prince, man, did his thing, man. Graduated from kindergarten, moved up.
I don't care if you graduated from kindergarten, first grade,
that's right,
middle school, high school, or college.
Congratulations!
I heard somebody saying something about the elementary graduation. You graduating to a grade, and people got on the shirts, and they was being real sporty with their comments.
Man, big shots out to Angry Smurf, man. They come in all forms, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take time in this world right now. We got the monkey pox that they throwing on you. They throwing all kind of fake diseases on you just to get you distracted, right? And in this time frame, I'm gonna take a time out my day to hate on the babies graduating in all kind of grades.
No, but what it be is oftentimes people say some stuff and not think about what they saying. They post stuff and not thinking about what they post. So what we want to do, all the graduates, Pinellas County, Hillsborough County, Manatee County, wherever you from, if your child graduated, salute to you and your child, because it's a family that make that stuff happen.
Man, that it is, Prano. Man, I think you for highlighting that too, though, man. You know what I'm saying? Because again, it's not just a child. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of work. I call that the duck legs. You know what I'm saying? The duck legs.
You just see the duck moving.
Meaning, that's right. You see that duck slide across that water real smooth, but you never see all the hard work that the legs doing up under the water, that's man. Real. And a lot of parents put a lot of time in their children, reading with their children, helping their children with homework.
Wait, hold on. Reading? Big shouts out to Barbershop Book Club.
Man, big shouts out to the Barbershop Book Club, man. King T, man.
Reading with your child takes it a long way. But we got some more news, man. I want to talk about the march. It was two marches. One for the anniversary. I don't like to call it an anniversary, but in remembrance of the George Floyd incident.
In remembrance of the ancestor, man.
Of George Floyd and affordable housing. They had a protest outside City Hall, and then they marched up and down the street, and they ran into a couple knuckleheads.
Okay.
Yeah.
I seen that right there, Prano, man. Dive into it a little bit, man. These knuckleheads, man, little vigilantes, man.
Yeah.
We'll call them the what we call them, the infidels.
But yeah, really what it is, you know, people
hate.
People don't like when you express your freedom of speech. And everybody has the freedom of speech, but when you express it in certain ways, people feel offended. And then they get in their feelings, and then they start to exercise their freedom of speech, yelling and cussing. But you don't have the freedom to cuss somebody out and disparage a person's name. Your freedom of speech don't go that far.
They said that's their rights, man. They can hate however they want to hate, man. You can't get mad at them hating.
You can't. You gotta keep the peace, because if it's a peaceful protest, you gotta keep the peace. You can't come trying to be a rabble rouser and get. So big shouts out to everybody who put that together. Will Breeze, Carla, the tennis union. Big shouts out to y'all. It's much respect. Williams Park. It was a gun violence. How can I say it? Because I won't call that a protest. It was a gun violence rally at Williams Park. It was special though, man. I didn't get a chance to make it.
I hit I missed it too, man. You know what I'm saying? Just by being involved, and one thing about being involved and having fun out here, man, is just really having fun. That's why we had to redefine what was cool, because the things that we was calling cool in the past are sometimes like playing a big role in us not really like having anything.
That's real. That's
you
real.
You know what I'm saying? Like
self-destruction.
Like when we say smart is the new gangster, like that's all a part of having things, right? Because when you smart, you start doing stuff for yourself. When you ain't too smart, man, you know what you'll do? You'll start doing stuff for other people.
Do anything.
And exactly. And call yourself doing something. That's why I say motion ain't always motion.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? You
Movement.
can be running in place.
Movement ain't motion.
Movement is not motion.
Or motion ain't progress.
Motion ain't progress.
Because you got a lot of motion, but you ain't making no progress.
Nowhere.
You know what I'm saying? So when you look at your 5-year, 10-year mark, you know where you been, what you did, you know how you moved up, how you moved sideways, left, right. You know, you got to take account of what you did, whether you like it or not. Because that way you'll be able to make improvements.
Facts,
see, we can't make improvements because we look at some stuff we don't like, and then we just don't like it.
So what you talking about is like the leveler. Like if we got a small leveler, it look like this right here level, but when we get that long level,
it ain't level.
It ain't really level, and so you might have
the long run.
You gotta do the long run, man. Can't check yourself, man. I like that, Sauce Press. We're gonna put that in the Tampa Breakfast Club. I'm gonna share that as a post, man. Like check yourself, man, in 5 year, 10 year, not just for a Facebook picture, y'all, but just see where you at in your life.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Are
it's
you
like a channel check?
Come on, man, like a channel check, man. Are you somewhat getting closer to your dream?
Yeah, sure.
I'm just trying to see something, man.
Closer to your dreams, because
shouts out to Clean Duvet, man.
Because listen, if you don't, sometimes you will look up and you in the same place, and then sometimes that's where people want to be. So I ain't gonna knock you. Yeah. Just maintaining is your goal. If your goal is maintaining, that's you, and keep maintaining. But you know, I want to thrive. You know, the people I'm around, the crew, we want to thrive. We don't just want to survive.
A lot of us in their response too.
I was looking at the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. When Will first when Will first bumped heads with Carson, he's like, man, how's it going? Carson said, thriving. I said, ooh, I'm taking that. Watch, ask me how I'm doing. Watch what I tell you. I'm thriving.
Okay.
You know, been thriving for some years now, so we're gonna keep it going.
That's what it is, man. Check the temperature and people's response too, though, man. People will let you know that it's like a gateway into their life. You know what I'm saying? So some people will say, hey, how you doing? Man, hanging in there. Now check this out now, y'all. You see what I'm saying?
Taking it one day at a time.
Man, see these odd people. Our people are giving you a gateway to their soul and to their livelihood. You know what I'm saying? How you doing, man? Just barely, man. Boy, I'm just barely making by. They not lying. One thing you might not want to do is repaint that picture. When someone gives you that picture of how they doing, hey man, how you doing? Taking it one day at a time.
Yeah, that's real.
They don't even say it in a positive way.
Maintaining.
They don't exactly. So you can check the frequency of how people really doing just in their response. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't never thought about that, bro.
Man, look here, man. We here to elevate our consciousness together.
That's real.
Man.
That's real. I ain't never put that on the scale. So you know what I'm saying? Got to look at it on the scale, see where the way out to, and that's heavy.
Man, it's real heavy, man. Because again, I was learning that when someone told me about the response. That's when I started responding and saying magnificent.
But that's deep, dog.
Yeah.
That's
absolutely.
dog.
Absolutely.
You know, I'm here, man. I'm here one day at a time. You know, I done checked myself a couple times, and I'm just talking down on my situation,
you know what I'm saying?
when I'm up like the Bucks.
Man, look at man.
Up like
how
the
you doing,
Bucks.
Auntie? Just barely making it. Man, check Auntie out, man. The prescription medication went her down, man. A lot of stuff went her down, man. She's just barely making it.
Stress.
She's probably just getting the bills taken care of. Just barely making it. So again, when you ask people how they doing, y'all, just kind of be cognitive of the response, because again, people give you a gateway to their soul just by simply telling you how they are doing for the day.
Whew. Hey, so we're gonna get to this next subject. It's kind of deep. The Texas shooting at the elementary school.
Touching the Hispanic community, man.
It was sad. They say that the officers, and what I'm gonna say, because I ain't gonna try to judge nobody, I'm just gonna report this.
Okay.
They're saying that the parents were telling the officers to go in because they had been there like 30-40 minutes.
Oh man, it was rough.
It ended up being like 80 or 90 minutes
every
the total
day,
time.
This one different.
Oh, this one different.
This one different. And I say different, I mean it's the shenanigans that they got along with it. Like they have a lot of parents, you know what I'm saying, on camera. that are being hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think one or two of them got tased or something because
you know what I'm saying?
they was wrestling them on the ground.
They kids, you know. Yeah. And then when you hear the officers saying that there were at least 20 officers outside the classroom, and then the officers went into a procedure where they were saying that he's a like almost, I'm gonna paraphrase it. He's a confined, basically.
No, what they're saying, he was barricaded.
He was a barricaded person, and they don't know what made them make that call because again,
they say they didn't want to get shot.
The police protocol.
They said they didn't want to get shot.
I was listening to a brother, man. He was one of the guests on the shows on TV shows the other night, and he was one of the top. This brother, he was one of the top law enforcement agency persons in the country. He was up under Obama's cabinet, far as in coming up with strategies.
Him. I know who you're talking about, yeah.
Right, and the brother was saying that police protocol is is to go in.
You go do it, yeah.
Is to go in, and then you got all these children that were making phone calls out in the classroom, saying, "Come and get us, come and get us." So again, like as more stuff come out, it's like it seems to be heavily agenda driven, and when I say agenda driven, I'm saying that this was a Mexican shooter. And all the children and teachers were Spanish. And so when I say agenda driven, I'm saying that it was part of getting our community a few weeks ago riled up and having that conversation about gun control. And then now you have the Hispanic community who has to enter the conversation because it's easy to sit back and not have your voice being said. I said that I have a real big issue in 2015, 2017, Charles Brando. I was saying it's not good to watch Mexican children being put in cages and we not say nothing.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
You know what I'm saying? Because our voice should be loud as I don't know what.
Yeah, we can't just watch that.
You can't just watch something happen to another group of people because that would later begin to happen to y'all people.
Yeah, but we so detached and so wrapped up in our business, we ain't never say nothing about those. There was immigrants coming in from different countries.
Real fast.
They call them illegals when you don't got your paperwork right, but I don't think there's no such thing as an illegal human.
Ooh.
Right? So like there is no such thing as a slave. No, these was kidnapped human beings.
Prisoners of war.
This was kidnapping. This was like murder and not slavery. Yeah. It's like an easy way out. But anyway, long story short, the community was up at arms. The whole America now.
Stories.
America is really talking about this, y'all. This is not just talking about in Texas. And a lot of Grady Judd came out and said that they didn't do the right procedure. They didn't go in.
It's weird. It's almost like they're admitting that they were scared.
That's what they said.
You know what I'm saying? Clearly, because I don't understand if he came up to the front of the school, wherever he crashed.
Yeah, he was shooting outside first.
That's
like
what
more
I'm
stuff
saying.
come out.
I don't understand, like all this stuff that's going on. This has happened before. Why y'all just ain't take him out?
But what it is,
question, I'm taking him out.
But what it is,
walking toward a school, you got on this armor, you got 2 guns in your hand. You're finna get taken out.
I'm finna
play. I see you.
I'm finna play advocate.
We welcome this.
So, you know, when those bullets are flying, right? You hear this AR-15 going off. You hear handguns going off. Like people trying to go home to their family. You know, so because like if you heard the whole story, they say someone went in and got their children out of there.
This is what I'm saying. The story is so crazy.
They say some of the officers went in and got their children.
Story is crazy.
And then the special agents who went in and pulled the trigger, he got a call from his family member saying his children was in there,
right?
And he was getting his hair cut. The barber gave him the shotgun. He ran in there. They ran in there too deep. They waited 30 minutes, and they was like, "This is like crazy, y'all." They said we ain't waiting.
No negotiation. It's go mode.
But see, that's what I think they was doing. I think they was going to try to do the invest. I mean,
they weren't supposed to do that. They were supposed to do the protocol.
That he wasn't supposed to.
It's already in line.
The first person he encountered, he should have took him down, shoot him in the legs or something. He should have taken him down due to the fact we already know what this is. There's no.
I don't think they.
Ain't nobody finna question him about nothing.
But they ain't want to. Them people want to go home. Listen,
yes, and that's what I'm saying.
Them 20 officers standing.
I'm telling you,
20 officers standing out there. They thinking about themselves.
Their kids.
And then last night I read some of the literature that they give a first responder, and they say if you're not, because it's innocent person, then first responder. So you supposed to go in and help the innocent person, right?
I'm helping them.
And it says if you can't do this, this should not be your job.
Right.
You should reconsider this position.
They seem scared.
Exactly. That's what it was.
That's all I'm saying. They seem scared. This ain't our protocol. This is y'all protocol. This is y'all training. But y'all knew all this.
Sometimes when you're in the moment, you ain't thinking.
And no, the chief told them to stand down though. So they following orders. Cause like now it's on the chief. They put the chief face on camera. They say, "Oh, we've identified the chief like he's a criminal." I don't know. It is an agenda. Cause listen, chief. I feel a certain way when I watched this. I was watching NBC, and it said we've identified the chief and put his picture up. I'm like, what is this? It made me think, like, what are y'all doing right now? What are we doing right now? What are we doing right now?
It's
Let
so
him
scripted.
get into school and shoot it up.
No, he's finna be a part of the city council now, so he's gonna be voted in. It was already in the process before the incident.
Wow.
And so okay, next, we'll move on. We'll move because it's heavy. If y'all want to call in,
get
you
can
call in right now 727-600-5778. Once again, that's 727-600-5778. Call in Power Plug Radio. You with the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club, and we ride not.
The whole thing is just disturbing.
Yeah. The whole Texas incident.
Make you mad.
It's agenda driven, y'all. I'm talking about a lot of this stuff.
Because when you look at the news coverage and then you look at what happened, this young man was in contact with an ex federal agent as well, who may have known about what was going on.
Lord.
May.
What?
That's what they said. Hey, this is all what do you call it? Allegations.
I'm still confused
It ain't
on why
proven.
he shot his grandma. They said
he had a problem. Listen, dude had a problem.
That's tough right there.
Dude has a problem.
Mental issue.
Listen, dude has a problem, and he probably had a problem. You know what I'm saying? Because his granddaddy came out apologizing, so obviously he may have known that it was a problem.
It was violence.
You know what I'm saying? Little dude was probably doing things he ain't had no business doing all his life.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And like the system failed. You said it. I mean, this is the second 18-year-old. This is the second 18-year-old in a month that done ran out and did this with an AR.
Exactly. In Texas, they stopped one that was getting ready to go.
Yeah. What? But when I read that, I don't know if he was protecting himself or what.
Carrying.
Hey man, listen.
I'm telling you, you don't know. He just.
That's why I call it agenda driven. You know what I'm saying? It was really to me about getting the Spanish community involved in the gun control conversation. And so because a lot of times you don't care about drunken drivers until it's affected in your family. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's why I say that's deep. I heard that. I heard you loud and clear. I swear that's why I said that. I was like, boy, that's deep, boy.
We're gonna let this happen in this neighborhood.
In that neighborhood.
So now they have to join the conversation.
Right.
But then
we have
where does the conversation go?
The conversation goes in gun control.
My thing is this: they ain't doing no gun control.
Oh yes, there's going to be a executive order. This is my opinion.
I can give you an agenda 10 years ago. But go ahead.
There's going to be an executive order coming soon. I'm not going to say what I think it might be, but there will be an executive order coming from the president. I mean, just watch. He gonna come back from Texas because he's going to go see him and his wife.
Texas closed.
And then they're gonna come back. They're gonna come back. And they already got something written up.
That's where what is it called?
NRA.
The NRA.
Yeah.
So
President Trump, the NRA, man. The NRA. Listen, the NRA got created because of Real Brothers.
Hold on,
man.
the NRA got created because of
the
Black Panther Party in California when they marched on to the Capitol building with their straps. So they come up with a gun control lobby. But okay, long story short, President Trump also was at the NRA convention. I watched a little bit of it.
I did too.
And
big shouts out to Trump, man.
So I'm gonna say, listen.
Big shouts out to Trump, man. He actually he talked to all the racist white folks in the country. He's not doing it unapologetic.
This man has a train.
He still got black leaders right here thinking they need white people help.
Listen, the train is coming. Right,
real fast.
I was talking to some of my political partners, and I told them, I'm like, it's gonna be a Democratic bloodshed. It's gonna be literally
elaborate on that, Charles Soprano.
It's gonna literally be impossible for a Democrat to get elected. He's gonna have to already be an incumbent and with a strong following.
Oh yeah, that's how he did in the 1800s.
It's not gonna be no new Democrats getting elected because all he was talking about was the midterms. And listen to what he said.
They strategized for it.
Listen to what the man said.
They planned for this, y'all.
This is going to be the most important election in our lifetime. This is what he told them people. And so I've heard that every year I've been working campaigns, probably 7-8 years.
They said
on our side, they say it every year.
They said
every year they say this is the most important election,
and it is.
This is the most important.
Every year it is.
But
because we're advancing our route.
But listen, when you hear President Trump in front of 20, 30, 40, 50,000 people, and he telling them these midterms are the most important elections ever.
We have an agenda.
Y'all need to be out there voting. Who telling the other side that?
No, because again, why?
On a major stage and a major platform.
Why? Because again, we're going to be quiet to lose, and then we're going to let the Republican Party, our cousins, get in, right? And when our cousins get in, they're going to advance the rock for us again, but we're going to be the loud ones then, right? Because when we're loud, we get elected. So when they're loud, we're not supposed to be loud at the same time, because this is a game. It's a game called My Cousin Go, Then I Go. My cousin go, then I go. My cousin take his turn, then I take my turn. And so again, we're being very quiet while they're being loud. Soon as they get into office, and they're going to advance the agenda for us as well, right? Then when they're in office, we're going to get loud. They're never loud at the same time. They're someone's loud, someone's quiet. Someone's loud, someone's quiet. So yes, when the Democratic Party is in office, the Republican Party is the sound horn, right? When the Republican Party is in office, the Democratic Party is the sound horn. And that's why when Trump was in office, it was called Trump's vaccination. You see what I'm saying? And how they did not trust Trump's vaccination. They happened to win an election. And when they won an election, they had to switch their talking points. And Trump's people became what? The people who are against the vaccinations. This is a game, y'all. And if they can continue to play the game on y'all this way, then it's real sad. But that's what we're here for, man. Stay woke.
It's a game.
It's a real game,
so
though.
Politics, I'm going to tell you, and I hate to call it a game, right? Because when you call it a game, people don't take it serious. Like the street
and
game, the dope game,
because the dope game is very serious.
But they don't take it serious.
They do.
People run out there and catch a whole bunch of time, get murked, and don't even know it was real.
They were serious when they did that though.
They call it a game. Because one of my
dudes in the game watch every mirror before they go home.
But that's some dudes. That's some. That's not the whole. That's not the litter. Some people slipping all day. Door ain't locked, but I ain't going there.
Cars running from the gas station.
Listen. So what I'm saying is one of the most devious tricks that was done to us in the streets is when they called it a game. You finna get in the game? Oh boy, you in the game now? The game sound kind of sexy.
To be played.
But it is so serious. So I don't want to call it a game. I want to call it real life, because your life is decided by the politics and the policies that's created by the elected officials that some of us never voted for. Because, the voting percentage is
a lot of people never voted too.
It's like 12, 13%, 20% is a high number. So that means 80%, 90% of the people ain't voting.
We should write down all the things that they're doing right now in real time, like how they're making it hard to vote, and things they are doing. They're trying to make it the things that help black people get voting done easy in a lot of states have been strategically attacked.
Yeah, it's been repealed.
They're not saying that you can't vote. That's not what they're saying, right? But what they're doing is making it very difficult for large numbers of people to conveniently vote.
Yeah,
and look, that needs to be talked about.
I'm gonna say this too. So last night when I was watching the Trump train, the key thing that I heard him say is too many people voted. Listen, when I heard him say it, I'm like, dang, he can't say that right there. Then he said it again, because he knows low turnout elections help Republicans. So the second presidential election that Trump ran on, he actually got more votes than he did the year he won. You get what I mean?
It's a game. Oh, my daughter like to call it a game, and I'm trying to stay away from that right now.
It's dead serious.
But see, watch this though. Boxing is a game, and when they're in that ring, they get done fighting. What they do? They shake hands and everything. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like
it's a gladiator sport.
It's a gladiator sport. You know what I'm saying? But that's why they didn't want black coaches. That's why they didn't want black head coaches, because they understood that football was based off of war and strategy, and they didn't want black men to be strategizing like that. You see what I'm saying? Sports is a replica of war. A lot of people don't understand that. You know what I mean? You gotta throw that football like throw a grenade. You know what I'm saying? Get to the other side, but the other side in football is just you scoring a touchdown. You're scoring a point. You're advancing a rock. That's what you have to do in war. You have to advance the. You know what I'm saying? Your infantries. You have to come in at different attacks. And when we started to strategize as a people, that was one of the things that's like one of the muscles that they didn't want us to develop truly, to be self-independent and strategize for y'all own. And so that's why you had to strategize for us. And then it's out of many is one. I'm not going to try to phrase
unos.
And that's a game within itself. You see what I'm saying? Because out of all people on the planet Earth, right? All people are one people on the planet Earth, and everyone knows that. But it's not being displayed that way on our planet for like eons, right? And so to take up those talking points are just weak. You know what I mean? Because what you're doing is you're diluting, and that's what Charles Soprano was saying by calling it in the game. You see what I'm saying? You dilute a real fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and that's what we gotta be cognitive of, y'all.
Calling it a game, calling it a joke.
Yeah, that's why when you start laying up like that right there, okay, let me try to work on
politics is a joke. All right, keep playing with it. Keep playing with it.
Your life, though.
And you get control. You get controlled by some people who are elected by the least amount of people in the community. So think about what I just said. Your life gets controlled by a person who was elected by the least. So you got to think, people only voting 15-20% of the community. It's not like 100% of registered voters are voting. And then it's not like everybody's registered to vote. So now when you say it's 15-20% of the electorate, that means the people who are registered.
80%.
80% of them ain't voting. 95%. Listen, man, this is not a game. It's very, very serious, and we have to take it that way. We have to get our people registered. We got to get our people informed. We got to get candidates that can stand up for us, right? Because that's what's going on with the NRA and all these lobby groups. They're selecting their candidates
to advance the rock for them
by their policies and the policies and the laws that they support. They find somebody who supports it, then they fund their campaign. This is true. Now they fund their campaign. They get them elected by those low margins I just talked about.
Remember what you said you were going to do when you got in the office for us.
No, and you want to get reelected, right?
You guys ain't having conversation with people in y'all community like that. That must mean y'all ain't getting stuff in y'all community done for y'all.
Boom.
Y'all ain't talking to people like that, 'cause that's how they talking to people. Y'all mean tell me y'all gonna sit right here and run football organizations and not pay nobody to come pay for y'all, because the ones who's winning the championships, they paying them.
Boom.
They paying them. You can call it lobbying.
Boom.
You can call it whatever you want to call it. You can call it people who put money into politics. That's what people doing.
That's what they do. We got
a whole community that spend $1.3 trillion a year.
We need to spend some of that on some elected officials.
On our interests.
Yeah.
It's really
we'll get more. It'll be 3 trillion. It'll be 4 trillion.
Absolutely.
Once we get
now, you ain't talking about the bigotry programs that poverty pimps go in our community and sell, and I call that poverty pimps. Bitch, shouts out to Professor Amos Wilson, man, who labels that.
Oh, that's who label poverty pimps?
Oh, yeah, man. They poverty pimps. You gonna come in our community and promise affordable housing? You preaching poverty. You preaching poverty in our community. You ain't preaching a win. You preaching a status quo. I'm gonna maintain status quo around here because I'm gonna run off the platform of providing affordable housing. Now Martin Luther King was fighting for that right there, and it still wasn't achieved. And so that's a poverty pimp coming through your community. When you wanna get affordable housing in your community, then strategically get your people in industries that y'all run and pay y'all people better wages, and then they won't have to beg for affordable housing because they'll have money. You see what I'm saying? But then when y'all gotta go to other people and ask them for jobs, they'll do stuff like attack y'all hairstyles. You got black women who are newscasters going on a ledge, you know what I'm saying, by wearing their natural. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, that's right.
Like this is when you ain't employing your people, and when y'all start employing y'all people, y'all people can say it with their chest. But right now, 80 something or 90% of y'all people are employed by other people, and so that's why they got their mouth closed right now.
And see, you know what the problem is? I think the same numbers translate into the political turnout in elections. It's still 80-90% of the people who ain't voting. It's 80-90% of the people who working and ain't getting what they need to survive. Affordable housing right now in St. Pete, we're going through affordable housing crisis, where rent has went up to like average of $2,000-$3,000 a month. The average house in Florida is $400,000.
They say $410,000.
So now we at a point where like you say, Martin Luther King was asking for affordable housing. Other leaders been asking for affordable housing. Where did the affordable housing go? It didn't just disappear. The building's still there. It's not affordable any longer. Now it's $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a month rent.
I'm calling on weak talking points, and I say weak talking points because they dilute our community of energy, of power. You see what I'm saying? Because it takes time to go and ask people for stuff. But that same time that you asking people for stuff, you can be actually developing stuff on your own. And this logic is missing in our community because, again, we have the posture of going and asking people for something. That ain't where you want to be at when you're a man. I'm going to just say that from a man's position. How do we look like in this race war? We should be racing to resources to feed our women and our children, right? How do we look like when we're asking other people first to feed us, right? And then in the same talking points, right? We in our community saying that other people are hiring their own people. I'll just use Chinese restaurants for an example. A lot of the Asian owned businesses don't hire nothing but Asian people, and our people took energy into calling that out as opposed to saying, you know what, let's reverse engineer that. Let's do the same thing and hire our own people. But the energy was utilized to go out and complain. Ooh. You see what I'm saying? And that's why people call our people complainers, because of those same tactics.
So, and we're going to get back to the affordable housing, because like in local politics, that's what's going on. Tampa, Hillsborough, Manatee County, St. Pete, Clearwater, everybody's going through affordable housing crisis. And like we said, hold on. Like we said, they've been asking for it for years. So, there's been affordable housing complexes built. There's been affordable housing projects. There's been affordable housing.
And the same time that was getting built, people were still running on the platform of that we needed.
But listen, exactly. But what I'm saying is, now that we're here, right, rent in the average $2,000-$3,000. The house has went up to $400,000. The average price of a home, it was an article, is on the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club page.
My life insurance company is going to provide living wages for our people, man. I'm going to be a part of the solution. That's my job.
But even when livable wages, because we've been working on $15 an hour. We've been marching, livable. But hold on. At one point it was.
Yeah, it was.
You feel me? So the living wage scale continues to move up and down.
Well, that's the game that they play because they're controlling.
The price of housing goes up and down.
They're controlling the margin. So when we were saying we need more livable wages at fighting for 15, right? They were saying when you make the wages go up, that you're gonna make the price of everything else go up, and that's not necessarily true. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't have to do that. No, it
doesn't.
But when they're playing a game of breaking other people and all people really, because they don't limit it to race.
That's capitalism. So when you sitting on the board and we've just paid people $7 an hour for the last 15 years, and now we're paying them 15, even though we can afford it as a company, like their fiduciary responsibility is to put that into the price of the product. And to make the company grow.
That's why I call it a game, because it doesn't.
It's capitalism. I don't think that's a game. That's the game.
The game is called capitalism. Some game called football. Some games called basketball.
That's
the game of capitalism, and it's real.
It's do or die. It's do or die. Capitalism is do or die. People really stand up and fight against capitalism.
That's why black people waiting on a black leader right now, because they used to that theocracy, and the first time a theocracy was copied was when the church was running the world. That's why the Crusades were created. The Crusades was created because the church was the one that was ruling, and that's what a theocracy is. A theocracy is when it has one rule and it's ruled by the church. And so when they say in ancient Kemet, the high priest. And all these people, it wasn't just like the pyramids wasn't how they was right now when anybody Joe Schmo can just walk in there. You see what I'm saying? These were temples, right? And last I checked, neither one of y'all just walking inside the Muslim temples. Not any Joe Schmo just walk in there. Although you can, but more importantly, you can't just walk into a Masonic temple, because those are what there's kind of like replicating. You know what I mean? But the knowledge is always here, man. The knowledge ain't never going nowhere. It's inside the robots' minds right now, because the robots got all the knowledge. But go and know some more about yourself. You know what I'm saying? When you know more about yourself, you'll understand that this right here don't stop until we stop it.
The power of knowledge. It's knowledge itself.
Like when you first started, like you don't even start your research and you're regurgitating something from 400 years ago, right? And let's dive into that. It's Willie Lynch. No, it ain't. It's more than 400 years, y'all. This situation been going on this planet right now with us for at least a little bit over 2,000 years. You know what I mean? And when I say that, I'm just saying it's a game of us not really rocking with each other, right? When they came across this water, and we were called Indians, right? So when they came across that water, we had already had a whole system over here set up. They didn't just come over here and conquer us. You know what I mean? You had a bubonic plague that happened in Boston, in the Massachusetts area, that wiped out 90% of the black population there. You see what I'm saying? But we had all this stuff that was already thriving and popping, and when we don't know this kind of stuff, then we linger around here and think that we need everybody's help. You already ran the world. Their job is to never let you see that, because you build confidence that you can do it again. You see what I'm saying? But as long as you lack the confidence that you can do something, then guess what you'll do? You will feel like you need someone else's help to achieve that, when in essence, you cannot be more wrong. You know what I'm saying?
We got one more topic.
Drop it on the Charles Soprano.
Teen shot in Child's Park. 12-year-old teen was shot in Child's Park. It was a car rolled up and shots were fired from both angles, and a young girl got shot. It's a sad situation. That's why we have to find a way in our community, right, to protect our youth, right,
Thanks.
Protect ourselves, right, and protect our community. Because if we don't, we are dealing with self-destruction. We got it coming. We got it coming from each end. This is a system that's persecuting and pushing us on the edge, and then you got to turn around and you got to fight each other. That's what we ain't gonna do. We ain't gonna be fighting each other, arguing, and you know what? Let the beef start. It's gonna be a hot summer, y'all.
Man, it's gonna be a real hot summer.
It's gonna be a hot summer, so y'all gotta take the proper precautions.
Just slow down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I can't say
Brakes.
I won't even say stop the violence, because stop the violence goes against nature. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just say slow down on it a little bit. You know what I mean? It's natural. Pharaohs had armies, y'all. And it wasn't a period of time on our planet where it was all utopia. Everybody was all kumbaya. That goes against nature. You see what I'm saying? Like, that chicken is a direct. The chicken has a predator. The chicken don't just live on our planet all
Hold on. So the chicken has a natural predator?
Coyotes.
Okay.
Foxes.
So who hunt the coyotes?
Who hunt the coyotes? I don't know, some big old bird.
Some savage, I get it.
You know what I'm saying? Everything has a predator.
The limit. I hear you.
Yeah, it's all
some savage.
You know what I mean? But all the pharaohs had armies, and those armies
had armies
because they went fighting other black people.
Okay.
Gotta realize that when we was running the world, we was popping all over the planet, y'all. We wasn't just popping in Africa. We was controlling trade all over the world. What was the trade coming from? Other black nations. You see what I'm saying? It's just we just have to go and look at our history. You know what I'm saying? It just can't be some old thing that you just think about and it's really just a white canvas because you can't see nothing. It's just clear. It's just foggy because you can't see nothing. Won't you just put dates and times and histories and evidence there?
Context. They call it context.
Bingo. Appreciate you, Soprano. Because you got to think about it. We can't just keep telling our daughters to be strong like the black woman who refused to give up her seat on the bus. No, we ain't talking about her no more. We talking about Queen Nzinga. Queen Nzinga had you gotta think about it. Her brother of the Northern Mali Empire before there was a Mansa Musa, you know what I'm saying? After Mansa Musa. You had Queen Nzinga, man, who had to kill her brother because her brother was going against the African proverb to do not let them on the land. Because if you let these people on your land, they'll soon conquer your land. And so she had to kill her brother as she had to battle them. You know what I mean? And she was a fierce warrior. You know what I mean? Let's talk about all the military schools on the planet are still utilizing Hannibal's strategies. You see what I'm saying? This is a black leader. This is a black general, an African king, an African ruler, and military schools around the world are still utilizing his strategies. And mind you, he was just jumping on top of elephants and traveling to go into battle. Well, that's where your army tank come from. The army tank has a long tusk, just like the elephant does, right? And it shoots out something. You see what I'm saying? But when you don't know you being copied and everybody who copying you think is the originator, well, then I understand why y'all being afraid, but you got to get out of that fearsome state and start to understand, not understand, but really just start to look at your history. Know your history, dog. Guess what it does? It empowers you.
Okay, so it's a point and there's a reason why history is being hidden. There's so many lies in the history book because there's power in it, and we gotta salute the power. Real fast. closing, man. We got any closing remarks, thoughts, events?
Hey, man, I'ma just say, man, enjoy yourself for the holiday weekend, man. We out chucking Sunday, man. We having fun out here in the city, man. The heat ain't gonna go down, so guess what we gotta do? Maintain our posture in the heat. The heat make us chill, y'all. So just go and chill out, man, in the real world, man. Blow it in the air, pour up something, man. Do some libations, man. Peace the ancient way, man.
Yeah, man, I want to give a big shout out, Brother John, man. Peace and power to you, your family, all your loved ones. Kiana, hope you make it back safe. Great travels. And we got some good stuff coming this week. We're going to do a lot of work in the community. If you want to get involved, look at the St. Pete Community Calendar, Tampa Bay Breakfast Club page. We're going to post events. We're going to post what we're doing. Oh, yeah. Big shouts out to Cranston Cumberbatch, the whole Tampa Bay. The whole Dream Makers Productions. Tomorrow, the 30th, we will be at the Factory.
Okay.
From 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. We're going to be having a double feature film. The Factory is on the Factory right there.
Right behind the old emission spot right there on 28th Street, man.
Yeah, right there on 28th, man. Right there through the cut. Y'all know the Factory is the big arts complex. And we will be there broadcasting our movie, Art in the City, the movie. Big shouts out to all the veterans. We're doing it for the veterans. Right. And the series semi. Big shouts out Miss Debbie Garrett. So come on out tomorrow. And we're going to be at the Factory. Big shouts out to Dreammakers Productions. After that, man, that's it, man. That's all we got on Power Plug Radio. Y'all make sure y'all tune in. Make sure y'all download the app. Power Plug Radio on the App Store.
Hey, Siri.
Play Power Plug Radio.
You're listening to Power Plug Radio. Home of your throwback jams.